Mark Thompson Show.
Open wide.
Ready?
Here comes your chunk of Trump.
It's my favorite food.
With your first bite, here's Mark Thompson.
Well,
I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful.
He had a big rally. This is his big rally. It opened with a song sung by the January 6th defendants, which is really a...
What?
It's a choice. He started off his first official 2024 campaign rally on Saturday in Waco, Texas. And I don't need to tell you, Waco, the sign of the site, I should say, of the Branch Davidian compound and that whole routine. By the way, that's a fascinating story, the Branch Davidian story. But of course, they're just playing it for, I would say, publicity's sake. No one probably really familiar with the details there. The song that they open with, called Justice for All, features the defendants, who call themselves the J6 Choir, singing a version of the national anthem, including Trump reciting the Pledge of Allegiance over the track. Trump stood with his hand over his heart as the song played, and as images from the Capitol riot, in which Trump supporters stormed the complex to overturn the 2020 election, played on the screen. I mean, I have to say that the idea that you could have the BALLSs to open a rally with some kind of celebration of that riot on January 6th, it was an open, violent coup attempt. There were multiple coup attempts underway, right? There was the legal coup, where you're trying to contest the results of the election. Rebuffed in all of those different court cases, you go to the illegal coup. That's the can you find me 11,780 vote coup, right? Where you're illegally trying to jimmy the election, right? And then there's the violent coup. That was the third thing. That's the attempt on the part of many of these supporters of the former president to storm the Capitol, turn the process over on its side, and then in so doing, allowing for martial law, for the traditions of transfer of power, all to be sidestepped, and for Trump to remain in office. The notion that you could celebrate that in this way. I mean, people lost their lives in this stuff, right? They lost their lives and their livelihoods. And clearly, remember, my whole thing was, lock them up, throw away the key. I understand, I don't mean it literally, but there were a lot of misdemeanors, slaps on the wrist. We talked openly on this show and in the chat about, hey, how come they're only getting this or that? And now these people have risen again. It's like no one learns the lesson. So that was the opener for the J6 crew. And Albert, do you have some... You have audio from that, or what do we have on the?
Yeah, we have this video from Mickey Larson Olsen. She served already 6 months from the insurrection, and
that's
this
a
is
great example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, please go ahead, Albert. Thank you.
Voice from our collective voice, our government of we the people, of the people, by the people, for the people, is also a terrorist. And if they're an American citizen, they are a traitor. They made the decision that we, the people, no longer have a right to govern ourselves. I'm a proud digital soldier, Proxmanian, and January 6, 2021, inmate number 376303. I was given the max sentence of 180 days for unlawful entry public. I served 161 days in Washington, D.C. Correctional Treatment Facility, a.k.a. jail, from 30 September 22 through 9 March 23. We, the people, are ready to fight. Diamonds are coal under pressure. Be the diamond, and never let anyone or anything dull your shine. Shine like the brightest star you are. The best is yet to come.
I'm tearing up.
Justice will be served.
Yes.
Where we go one, we go all, is how we make tyranny fall. Patriots, it's time to stand tall.
Wow, that's a little wordy, but I appreciate
Oh.
it. Yeah, I thought
I'm
it was
concerned for her mental health.
a little overwritten, I thought, but otherwise interesting. But that's what I'm talking about. So she served all that time, and she's ready to, hop back up on the horse.
It's her badge of honor. She's
Yeah.
proud of it.
Yeah, she's got.
There is no defense for my
No,
conduct.
she is just the opposite attitude that Tubin had.
I mean, I'm flabbergasted by her wackiness.
Flabbergasted, I will ding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's her defiance that I think actually defines a big part of that crowd. Now, you can look at her with her, Liberace sequined hat that she's wearing and, kind of this faux patriotism or whatever, the one-dimensional patriotism where you dress up in a bunch of stars and stripes stuff and see that she is a little bit someone who stepped off the curb. But her general defiance does define a part of that group. So, of course, Trump attacked the January 6th investigations. He attacked all of the legal processes that are following him around. The rhetoric about Ron DeSantis was also included. Called Ron DeSantis again, Ron DeSanctimonious. He seems to be sticking with that. He beta tested it for a while. It kind of got over. And now he's happy with it enough to crack it open at his first rally. He took credit for DeSantis' success in Florida, criticized him for being a disciple of former House Speaker Paul Ryan. I'm not a big fan, Trump said, of DeSantis. He's a president who is playing the same, I'd suggest, tune. It's a populist tune. Let's go back and seize our country that he used to play. So he hasn't really, entered into the conversation anything new. In fact, he's still litigating, if you will, the last election. And now he's looking ahead to these legal entanglements as political theater, right? And they're all politically motivated. He left out one thing, and that was, and remember, he's in Texas at this Waco rally. I mentioned Waco again in the context of the Branch Davidian compound. But he recognized many Texan politicians and some non-Texans, but two left out: Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, and Ted Cruz, the senator. And Ted Cruz has already declared he wants to go for re-election in 2024. I mean, he'll likely win. For senator, I'm talking about. And they've been Trump allies. Remember, there's the shot of Ted Cruz manning the phones for Trump. Anyway, so far, I'll just say that Trump left them out of his acknowledgments. So
What?
yeah, it's significant in Trump land, I think. Anyway, that's your word on the Waco rally, and that's your chunk of Trump. Yeah.
That's it for this edition.
Well, I really enjoyed it.
But make sure to join us again next time
I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening.
for another chunk of Trump.
We are in the middle. Hi, it's Mark, and I thought that was great. Hit the notification bell. You'll know whenever there's a new video being dropped, and please subscribe to our channel to help us save the universe.